That means this dot route relative to this route indicates that within this component navigation should be managed. Now, actually, there is no details mentioned. There is no details mentioned here. That means there is no details mentioned here. We don't have details mentioned here. In that case, what should happen now? So details path must be defined. And this path must be defined in the same path. Actually, this is our path. This is our path. So our path is what? Observe carefully. Categories/ID. That is the path. In that path, it is showing the products list. That means in that I need to add one more path. So first we will add a component. Details component. That means I will add here ng generate component product details. So skip test equal to true. Okay. Now this is added here. Product details so skip test equal to true. So we are adding product details. Okay. For this, we need to define the path. Let's go to here. That means observe where to mention the child path. We have to mention the child path in this. In this, we have to mention the child path. That means go to app routing. In the app routing, here category/ID, it is showing the products list. Within this, another path must be there. Within that, then what we need to do is inside that, we need to configure the path. Then what we have to do is in categories ID, okay, here comma after the component, here after the component, inside this path, we need to add an attribute children. We have to add children. And children is an array. Here we have child path. Child path name, we are expecting details. And with the product ID as a parameter. Details with product ID as parameter /:ID. That means product ID is passed into it. Then which component it should render? It should render a component called product details. Product details component should be rendered. That means when user clicks the button in the categories products list, it will go to details. And very important is it is passing the product ID. Now what we have to do, go to product details and search for the product that belongs to that ID and display that product details. Display the product details. Now here the point is where to display the product details. We need to decide that location. That means the product details should be displayed. The product details should be displayed in this same page. In this same page, where to display the product details, we need to mention that. We need to mention that. So then what we have to do is we have to configure a location here. How do we define the location here? So products list component. This ordered list is displayed here. Okay. I will do one thing. I will just create a div and a class as row and a div. So class as call suppose 4. Okay. And in the 4 and another div, we have a class as call 8. Okay. In the call 4, I will add this. In the call 4, I will add this. Okay. In the call 8, here, right side column, I want the output to be displayed. Then we need a router outlet here. We need a router outlet here again. Because the result of routing is displayed through the router outlet here. That means here what happens now? Actually, I will open here home. I will open here home. I click on browse categories. It will get the categories and display. I will click on electronics. Electronics products will come. I click on this product. Then the product details is coming here. That's good. That means the detail is coming here. When the detail is coming here, when the detail is coming here, that means product details component is coming here. And observe the URL once. You can see the URL categories of one, details of one. Details of one means this details of one is product ID. Now we have to search for the products that belongs to that particular ID and display the product. Of course, you know how to search for the product that belongs to ID and display. Where to do that now? We have to go to product details. We need to go to product details. In the product details, we need to collect two things. One is data, another one route parameter. That means we have to collect two things here. So that means we need private data. This is of type data service. Okay. Another we need private, that is route. It is of type activated route. Activated route. So that means we can collect the route parameter. Here we need to collect the product ID, public product ID, product ID. So how do we collect the product ID? So that means we need to use this dot product ID is equal to this dot route, this dot route dot param map, snapshot dot param map dot get. It should get the ID. It should get that ID. So that means it should get that ID. Okay, we are configuring that ID. Now I need to search for this ID related product in the collection. That means this dot, I will give a product object. So public, so product. This product is an array. This product is an array which contains the result, because we know that filter will return an array. So that means what we have to do is, so this dot product is equal to this dot data dot get products. In that we need to filter x implies x dot based on product ID. ID is equal to this dot product ID. That is the parameter. That means we are searching whether this ID related product is present or not. Finally, it will get that and store in this product. Remember, product is an array. That means the result will be at index 0. We need to collect that and display. That means in this array at 0 index, the result will be there. We need to display. I will go to the product details now. In the product details, I am displaying that. That means here I will put heading, so details. And here I am adding a data list and data term, product ID. So I can get that product ID by using, so the array product of 0 dot product ID. It will get the product ID. Similarly, another is name. So name, I need to get the name, and same product of 0 dot name. I am collecting the name. Another is price and data definition. And here we will see the product of 0 dot price. I need to collect the price. If we have photo, anything, we can get that and display that. Right, we can display the details. So initially, this is the data. That means it has to get the details and display the details. So price, okay. Okay, now you can observe here. So when I click on browse categories, it will get the categories here. I click on electronics, so electronic products will come. I click on a product, the product details will come. That means the detail of that particular product is displayed here. So that means here we are having a navigation within this. Suppose in the URL, I say details of one, then it should get the details of the one product and show JBL speaker. So earpods, that means it has to get the detail of second product and display. So that means navigation we are handling. This is button. On button click, we are navigating to that specific URL. On button click, we are navigating browse categories, footwear, and click on this. It should get us the details and display the details. That's how we are handling the navigation. And this is